last class we have learned about the macroeconomic equilibrium, demand side macroeconomic equilibrium, supply side macroeconomic equilibrium with the help of consumption function, investment function, then autonomous investment, autonomous consumption, individual investment, individual consumption. That can be explained with the help of formula C is equivalent to C bar plus CY. Then A bar is equivalent to C bar plus I bar. Then autonomous investment. What are the factors influence to autonomous investment and autonomous consumption in the economy? Today we have learned about the new concept 4.3, the multiplier mechanism. The multiplier mechanism that mainly refers to multiplication. Whatever the income is multiplied in the real economy. Let us take first one, introduction. In the introduction, that one multiplier concept was introduced by first person, Professor R.F. Khan, in the year of 1931. R.F. Khan, in the year of 1931, he has to implement the employment multiplier. I think employment generation is one of the important indicators for economic development, and the employment is multiplication that leads to the level of economy's growth. The level of economy's growth with the employment generation. So R.F. Khan, the Professor R.F. Khan is give more importance on employment generation. So that one employment multiplier. Then that can be implementation. John Maynard Keynes, in his famous book, The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money, published in the year of 1936. The John Keynes is more importance on investment. I think whatever any investment is gradually increases in the economy with the effective demand. I think effective demand is gradually increases in the economy that leads to create a investment. You know, in the previous video, I is equivalent to S. I think savings. Savings refers to part of the income that cannot be used for consumption. The savings is gradually increases in the economy that leads to investment increases. In other way, any savings decreases, investment decreases. Savings is the deposit mobilization. Deposit mobilization is gradually increases in the financial institution that leads to provide loans and advances to the business units. When the loans received from the banks, the investment increases. The investment multiplier. I think investment is one of the important indicators for economic development. Then we have to know that what is multiplier? Total change in income to the initial change in investment. Total change in income to the initial change in investment. Whatever any investment increases, changes in the investment that leads to changes in the income of the economy. The income of the economy must be depends on the change in the investment. I think investment is one of the important indicator for the changes in the level of income in the economy. I think direct relationship between investment and income. Suppose any investment is gradually increases in the economy that leads to level of income. I think the income can be denoted in the form of Y. Income increases. In other way, any income reduces, the level of income decreases in the economy. Then apply the formula for the multiplier. Formula K indicates, K means multiplier. We have the observation. K is the multiplier. K is multiplier. Then delta Y, changes in the income. Delta Y indicates changes in the income. changes in the income. Then delta I indicates changes in the investment. Changes in the investment. Once again, this is the formula of the multiplier. K indicates the multiplier. I think multiplier value. Meaning you want to calculate multiplier value. Apply the formula. K is equivalent to delta y divided by delta I. K indicates the multiplier. I think multiplier value of the multiplier. Then delta y divided by delta I. Then declare multiplier value. Delta y indicates changes in the income. How much income changes in the real society. Then delta I indicates changes in the investment. Changes in investment is nothing but 100 crores investment increases to 150 crores. 100 crores to 150 crores. Remaining changes how much in between? 50 crores. Then changes in the income. Income changes 1000 crores to I think any 100 lakhs to 200 lakhs. 100 crores to 150 crores income. I think whatever how much the proportionate changes, whatever investment increases with the same proportionate income increases. That valuable opinion must be given by John Maynard Keynes, Professor John Maynard Keynes. That can be explained in the future. Then otherwise, marginal propensity to consume. Increases. Value of multiplier is also increases. Direct relationship between value of multiplier and marginal propensity to consume. The marginal propensity to consume is nothing but changes in the consumption per unit of change in income. Changes in the consumption. Marginal propensity to consume means intensity of the consumption expenditure. The MPC, marginal propensity to consumption, changes in the consumption with the consumption expenditure with the level of change in income. Consumption expenditure with the level of change in income. MPC increases. When the MPC increases in the real society, value of multiplier increases. In other way, MPC reduces, value of multiplier reduces. I think that can be the value of multiplier must be declined. Change in income, change in investment. Change in income divided by change in investment. I think consumption, the consumption expenditure. What is consumption? Consumption refers to using of goods and services to satisfy human wants. The consumption expenditure is gradually increases in the economy. That leads to production increases, investment increases, employment opportunities increases, then level of income increases. And then these are economic variables, chain link, depends one on each other. So the MPC increases, value of multiplier increases. That can be calculation. Investment multiplier K is equivalent to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. K is equivalent to 1 divided by 1 minus MPC. 1 indicates how much amount of investment existence in the economy. That can be equals to 1 by 1 divided by NPS, marginal propensity to save. Marginal propensity to save is nothing but savings, change in savings per unit change in income. Change in savings per unit change in income is called marginal propensity to save. Marginal propensity to consumption, change in consumption expenditure due to change in unit of income. K is equivalent to 1 by 1 minus MPC. Then otherwise we have to learn about the working of the multiplier. How can we working of the multiplier in the economy? The working of the multiplier mainly depends on MPC and MPS. K is equivalent to change in level of income, change in investment. The working of the multiplier means new investment will create an additional income by the same amount. New investment will create an additional income by the same amount. Same amount is nothing but any one person expenditure is income of the other person. One person expenditure. expenditure is an income of the other person, is an income of the other person. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಖರ್ಚು ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಆದಾಯ. Any one person expenditure is income of the other person. So the investment, any 100 crores investment created by the central government, that is 100 crores must be circulate flow of the economy, circulation in the economy. That is 100 crores investment, create 100 crores investment in the economy because of any one person. That one valuable sentence given by Professor John Maynard Keynes. Any one person expenditure is income of the other person. Then we have to prepare the assumptions before we know the working of the multiplier with the help of a suitable table. The assumptions: investment of the government to 1000 crores. In our example, investment of the government 1000 crores of rupees investment created by the central government. Then second assumption, investment is always equals to income of the economy. Investment is always equals to income of the economy. Then in our example, MPC 80%. I think marginal propensity to consume. Marginal propensity to consume means change in consumption expenditure. Change in consumption expenditure with the unit of income changes. The unit of income changes 80%. Then fourth one, 1% expenditure. 1% expenditure. 1% expenditure becomes 1% expenditure becomes income of the other person. Income of the other person. Income of the other person is product. I think that is the same proportionate. So these are the assumptions we have to learn. Then prepare the table. Students, if you observe the working of the multiplier, new investment will create an additional income by the same amount. Then assumptions, we have to observe the assumptions. Then prepare the one table with a 4 marks or 6 marks question arises. Explain the multiplier mechanism and the working of the multiplier. Any 4 marks question or 6 marks question arises in the annual examination. Once again, repeat the assumptions. Investment of the government 1000 crores of rupees. In our example, investment of the government 1000 crores. The investment is always equals to income of the economy. Then MPC, marginal propensity to consumption. Consumption expenditure per unit of income changes 80%. Another remaining, how much MPS? MPS is 20%. You know the assumption. MPS is 20%. Then any 1% expenditure is income of the other person. Any 1% expenditure is income of the other person. Then carefully observe the table. In the first column, round, first round, second round, third round, and then last round. Is the last. We have mentioned last round. In the first round, delta I changes in the investment. How much change in investment? In our example, 1000 crores of rupees investment by the central government in the economy. 1000 crores. Delta I changes in the investment 1000 crores. Changes in the income 1000. How is it possible? Because of any one person expenditure is income of the other person. Any one person expenditure is income of the other person. That is whatever any government 1000 crores of investment created in the economy, entire 1000 crores of amount must be circulated in the entire economy. Then it's becoming expenditure, becoming income of the other person. 1000 investment proportionate created income in the economy. 1000. Then delta C, changes in the consumption. Changes in the consumption means 800 crores. 800 crores is the changes in the consumption. What is consumption? Consumption refers to using of goods and services to satisfy human wants. 800 rupees. 800 rupees is nothing but NPC 80%. In our assumption, NPC 80%, 20% NPS, marginal profit to sales. So I have select 200 crores. 200 crores are the delta S. Changes in the savings to 800 crores is the delta C. Changes in the consumption. Once again repeat. In the first round, we have the observation in the first round. 1000 crores investment created by the government in the economy. Entire 1000 crores circulate in the entire economy, then create same proportionate 1000 crores income. In 1000 crores income that can be used for two purposes. I think you can recall your valuable memory power. Y is equivalent to C plus S. Whatever any one person earn income that can be used for two purposes. In the entire world economy, any one person earn income that can be used for two purposes: one consumption, another one savings. What is savings? Savings refers to part of the income that cannot be used for consumption. Y is equivalent to C plus S. Income can be used for two purposes: one consumption, another one savings. So that can be 1000 rupees income can be classified into two categories: one consumption expenditure, another one savings expenditure. 800 crores is the consumption expenditure, 200 crores is the savings expenditure. In the second round, observe the second round is very important. In the second round, anyone expenditure income of the other person. 800 crores, you can same put in the second round. 800 crores consumption expenditure is income of the other person. Any one person expenditure is income of the other person. Entire 800 crores must be circulated in the economy. Entire 800 crores must be circulated in the entire economy. So income 800 crores consumption expenditure is income of the other person. So delta by changes in the income 800 crores. The 800 crores must be, you have to consider 80% of the delta C, 80% delta C, 20% delta S. 800 crores, 80% is 640 crores used for consumption expenditure, 160 crores used for savings, 160 crores used for savings, delta S. Then consumption expenditure in the second round, 640 crores of amount that can be utilization for consumption expenditure. Another remaining 20% in the 800 crores, 160 crores reserved for savings. Then same 640 rupees become a income of the other person. 640 rupees used for consumption expenditure. Consumption expenditure. Any one person expenditure is income of the other person. 640 rupees become income. Then that can be calculation. You have to apply the formula 800 divided by 100 into 80% is equal to 640. Then 512 rupees is the delta C, changes in the consumption. Then 128 crores of amount reserved for savings. So that time we can 4th to 5th in the last round. Then total delta by changes in the income 5000 crores. 1000 investment become a 5000 crores changes in the income. 5000 crores. Then delta C 4000, delta S 1000. We have to apply the formula for the calculation. Y is equivalent to C plus S. Y is equivalent to C plus S. That can be expressed numerically. 5000 is equivalent to 4000 used for consumption expenditure plus 1000 used for savings. I think it is a 5 times. Okay, how is it possible? Apply the formula. K is equivalent to 1 by 1 minus NPC. K is equivalent to 1 by 1 minus NPC. K is equivalent to 1 divided by 1 minus 0.8. 1 divided by 0.8 is equivalent to 1 by NPS. Can also be written 1 divided by NPS. Marginal profit to save 20%. That can be converted into percentage. 0.8 to 0.2. Then 5 times we have to calculate that one. 5 times. The 5 times the income generation 1000 investment created 5 times income generation in the economy 5,000 rupees, 4,000. Then we have to calculation the third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round. Then the decline, the final last round, 5,000 changes in the income, 4,000 changes in the consumption expenditure, 1,000 changes in the savings. Okay, students, we have to calculate that one with the help of calculator. Then decline the working of the multiplication. Very important question for annual examination. 6 marks question. Explain the working of the multiplier with the help of suitable example. We have to consider any one examples about that one. Any 1,000 crores, 5,000 crores. But we have to calculate. Apply the formula for the calculation. K is equal to 1 by 1 minus NPC. Then is equal to 1 by NPS. Then investment multiplier is equals to delta by divided by delta autonomous delta A bar. Investment multiplier is equal to delta y divided by delta A bar. Then delta A bar is equal to I bar plus C bar. Delta A bar is the delta A bar indicates autonomous changes, autonomous I bar indicates autonomous investment, C bar indicates autonomous consumption. Investment multiplier is equal to delta y divided by delta A bar is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus C. 1 divided by 1 minus C is equal to 1 divided by S. 1 is nothing but income, level of income. I think you can decline the answer with calculator, use the formula for the calculation. I think it is a simple example for the working of the multiplier. Delta I, we have to prepare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. In the first column, first round, second round, third round, and end of the last round. Then delta I changes in the investment, changes in the income. Delta Y changes in the income. We have to write that one. Changes in the income. Delta C changes in the consumption expenditure. I have considered 80% of the consumption expenditure, another remaining 20% of the savings. 20% of the savings. We have to calculate it a simple numerical expression. Okay, students, thank you. Whatever any doubts regarding that one, working of the multiplier, please send the message on individual WhatsApp.